Hello, I'm Gary. Welcome to FYPC. That's my channel about my experience with prostate cancer, and the whole purpose of this is really just to kind of demystify the journey for people. I want to share my experience, 9 different kinds of investigative scans and things, and the treatment that I'm going through. Hopefully, if you're going through the journey yourself, if you're caring for someone who's going through the journey, then you'll feel that this will be useful information to you. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. You know what, that's the only way that we can get the algorithms to spread the word. So today I want to tell you about the Radiotherapy Planning Day. So let's find out what that's all about. So the radiotherapy planning starts way before the day itself. And it's all about making sure you're in the right condition to have the radiotherapy. So think about how precise they've got to be with those radiotherapy beams in order to target the prostate effectively. So I was given some bowel preparation just to make sure that my bowel was fully evacuated before I went for the planning day. And that's just a sachet that I took once a day for a few days beforehand, just to loosen everything up, make sure that everything was okay. And the reason they do this, I think, is that when you think about lying on the radiotherapy bed and you've got the machine going around you, it's producing the radiotherapy beams, they want to be really precise. And therefore, if your prostate is in a different position every time, then that's going to make it more difficult for them to be precise. So one of the big things, it seems to me, from my experience about the radiotherapy is that you've got to be very precise about the state of the bowel and the state of the bladder, and we had some fun with that, I'll tell you. So 3 days beforehand, take the preparation, soften everything up, go to the radiotherapy section of the hospital, and the first thing they do is talk you through the procedure. So this is what we want you to do. Then the nurse gave me a micro enema. Now I'll spare you the exact details of that, but again, the purpose of that is to get you to go to the toilet and just make sure that you're fully evacuated. And then she said to me, what I want you to do is to drink 3 cups of water, because again, they're looking to get the bladder into the right shape. And then the fun began, because I drank 3 cups of water, and I went in, and they lie you down on the bed and they use an ultrasound like they would for a pregnant woman, you know, looking for the baby's heartbeat. But now they're looking at and they're measuring the content of the bladder. So the first scan goes ahead, and the lady says, I'm sorry, you haven't got enough in there, so you're going to have to go out and drink another cup of water. So I go back out to the waiting room, I drink another cup of water, we wait for 10 minutes or so, I go back in and have another scan, and she said, I'm really sorry, but you've now got too much in the bladder. So go behind this curtain and use this little bottle, and I just want you to let a little tiny bit out. And as blokes, we know how difficult that can be to be precise about that. I mean, have you ever tried to pee exactly 50 millilitres? You know, that's quite a science. So anyway, so I let a little bit out, and she did another scan, and then she said, you haven't let enough out, you need to let some more out. So I went behind the curtain and I let some more out, and then I had another scan, and she said, you've let too much out. So then, rather than go out and drink more water, she said, we just need to sit and wait, really, for the water that you have drunk to filter through into the bladder. And at this point, she highlighted the real importance of being fully hydrated. So I'd been drinking quite a lot of fluid, 2 litres a day they recommend, in the lead up to this planning day. And it still seems like I wasn't dehydrated, because if you are a bit dehydrated and you drink those 3 cups of water, that will go straight to the places in the body that need it, rather than just settling into the bladder. Which makes sense. So eventually, toing and froing, we got to the point, we chatted for a while, and it filtered through, and it was the right amount. So I've now got bowel in the right state and bladder in the right state. And they put you through the CT scanner. So at this point, they're taking the pictures of that area, so they know exactly where the pelvis is. They're lining the machines up. You can see lasers on the walls and around the room as they get everything very precise. And then she said to me, are you ready for your tattoos? So one of the things that you will get if you're going to do radiotherapy is once they've done all of this alignment and they're sure about where the prostate is and they're sure about the state of the bowel and the bladder and everything else, is that they then put 3 micro tattoos, one on the sides of each hip and one in the center just above the pubic bone, and that's what they use later on when the treatment starts officially. So with the messing about to get the bladder in the right state, and then the scan, which took a couple of minutes in through the scanner a couple of times, and then that tattoo process, which was completely painless and took a few seconds, that's the radiotherapy planning day almost complete. The final bit is that you've probably beforehand told them exactly what you want in terms of time of day, because for my radiotherapy it's going to be 30 treatments Monday to Friday for 6 weeks, and therefore then fitting you into the program. So at the end I was handed a bit of paper that said, you said you wanted to have it late afternoon, so here are the timings. This is what you need to do beforehand. This is what time you need to come here. The treatment itself doesn't take very long, but the prep takes a while. And then you leave with this piece of paper that you can go home and put it into your calendar and make sure that you're ready for that. So right now I've done the planning day. There's about a month between the planning day and the first radiotherapy session for me. I don't know if that's the same for everybody, but it's about that. And then that'll be the start. After the sessions, then I guess I'll update you on what's happened and what the doctors are telling me and what that means. So I say looking forward to the radiotherapy journey. I mean, I am, because it marks, a curative action. We are going to zap this and there'll be life-changing effects from it, but it will be curing to the maximum extent possible the cancer. So looking forward to getting started with that. So that's the radiotherapy planning day. Like I said before, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this with people who are in the risk group. If you're over 50, if your father or your brother has had prostate cancer, if you're in the black community, you've got double the chances of prostate cancer. So share the video with people who need to see it, and hopefully this will help you to understand the journey that you're going through. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you next time on FYPC.